Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 101. Let's dive right into it. So the first cover, well, it's Wendy on a broom with Charlotte, of course, and she's acting like a witch. She is a witch, of course, but yeah, it's an interesting, nice cover for a start of 101. So now let's get into the first panel. It shows Celine and the crow, of course. Celine's looking at Ignea at the portal singing, "How?" And of course the crow knows who that is. Celine is thinking on the next panel that, damn it, Ignea is going to ruin my plans. Does he actually know the true hidden parts about the labyrinth? And the crow is just confused at this point, thinking, what is going on here? First we got one god dragon, now we got another. What on earth is going on? And Celine, well, desperate time calls for desperate measures. She herself is actually going to go into the labyrinth now. So when she was just being a third party where she was just going to be viewing the match from the outside, she has to go in now. Why? Well, the reason for that is because Ignea is now entering this fray, and Celine, well, she's the only one that is another god dragon, so she's the only one capable of possibly defeating him. So when the crow is asking, why are you going? And Celine gives that look, and she's being a little bit mysterious now about what is going on with and what her actual objective is. She just ignores the crow, she goes forward, and then she gives us the little side thinking, Ignea, you're not gonna get what I want, I'm gonna get it first. Now that is showing that Celine definitely has some sort of other ulterior motive, but the main question is, what is it? So then it goes back to Natsu, Ignea, and Suzaku. So of course Ignea is standing there like a badass. Natsu and Suzaku are just, well, they're just trembling in fear right now because Ignea has just come in all of a sudden, and Ignea, well, do I need to say much? He's just looking at his badass self thinking, oh, looks like I came right to the party. Well, now then, where do I go for the main course? And now, in the next panel, it shows Natsu asking, why are you here? And Ignea just saying, oh, I've just got some business of mine, of course, and he just wants to find something that's at the labyrinth. He's not specified what it is, but he just wants to find something, and he actually doesn't care about Natsu and Suzaku. He just walks off saying, okay, so it doesn't look like you're strong enough just yet. I'll just come back later on, of course, once I've got this thing. And of course, Natsu and Suzaku are just stunned at the moment thinking, wait, what? Didn't you come for me? Didn't you come to fight me and have that death battle you're always on about? No, because apparently Ignea, he doesn't care about that, which is a little bit weird considering that's what his main thing was when he first time met Natsu. And then Natsu just shouts back saying, hey, where are you going? And he's just saying, well, I thought you wanted to fight me to the death. What's going on here? Suzaku's trying to stop him, of course, saying, don't agitate him. And well, Ignea's saying, what did you say? And Natsu saying, well, I'm not the same Wimplet I was before when we were versus Mercphobia. I've actually trained, I've defeated Alderon, so now I think I've powered up since the last time we've met. Brave words, Natsu, brave words. But then again, are you at his level yet? Not quite sure about that. I'm not quite sure about that. Because, let's just say, Ignea's saying, I mean, you definitely have improved since the last time we've met, but I don't think you're ready for us just yet. Well, ready for me. And Natsu, well, he's just saying, I don't care, put your fist up, let's fight. And he just launches his Fire Dragon King Punch. It's very powerful because again, it did really damage Suzaku, but Ignea, you can tell, even though the flames are surrounding him fully and he's engulfed by it, it's not damaging whatsoever because in the next panel he's thinking, oh, what was that little fluff? Was that your attack? And well, Suzaku was saying, I told you so, you're not on the same level as him, and Natsu saying, shut up, I can try if I want to. This is my fight between him and me. You don't need to get involved if you don't want to. And Ignea, well, he becomes the ultimate badass because he just says, okay, since you've powered up a little bit, I'll just show you a little bit of my magic. So he just literally pulls his hand upwards, and as he is doing that, these giant flames come from underneath him, and they are literally swallowing everything, melting everything, and it is just like, you could say it's a giant explosion that he has just created by destroying the walls of the labyrinth are very powerful, so he's easily destroying them with ease, literally not even using 1/10 of his power, and he's able to destroy it. And Natsu and Suzaku, well, they're right in the middle of the explosion, so I don't think everything's gonna be okay. And it was so big that he's actually damaged the outside of the labyrinth as well, so it's a really, and I mean a really big explosion. So then in the next panel, everyone is feeling the warmth and everything, and they're feeling the heat, and everything is starting to melt all around them. They're just thinking, what is going on? Why am I melting? Why is it so warm in here all of a sudden? It's happening across all the battlefield between Erza, Misaki, Lucy versus Kyria, and well, Gajiel and Grey are just having an argument saying, oh, could this be Ignea? And Gajiel's like, who the hell is Ignea? And Misaki, she's just putting a little bit of a grin on her face saying, oh, so another god dragon has joined the fray. And now, on this final panel of the page, it shows the giant crater that Ignea created just by easily destroying everything all around him and just showing off a little bit of his power. This is the true power of a god dragon, and this is why Natsu needs to have a little bit more preparation before he faces one. So then in the next panel it shows Natsu and Suzaku. It looks like they barely escaped the attack, and Suzaku, well, he's just saying, why did you want to agitate him for? Don't you know how powerful he is? And Natsu saying, I don't care how powerful he is. He is my, well, he's my stepbrother, so I have to fight him in order for me to complete the 100-year quest. And Suzaku's just asking, wait, why are you going? Don't go after him, he's too powerful. And Natsu's saying, it doesn't matter if you're powerful or not, I still need to fight him. And Suzaku's asking, well, why do you need to fight him? And Natsu, well, he's just saying, well, it's just because I want to complete the 100-year quest. And Suzaku's just saying, wait, really, you're thinking about this during all of this? And Natsu gives a little bit of interesting words, even though I don't understand what he's saying, because, again, I'm just reading the raw version. And let's just say Natsu says something a little bit inspirational about how he wants to complete the quest and everything. Suzaku's a little bit shocked about Natsu's motivation and his little strength, you could say, his main strength that carries him through his battles. He just always thinks about this, and you can tell by the look in his eyes, I don't even need to read what's on there, that he has given us such an epic speech, and he's just saying, I fight for my friends and my family to protect them, and also I want to complete this 100-year quest. Like the ultimate badass right there. He wants to protect everyone and also complete the quest. 100% the biggest badass. And Suzaku, with these inspirational words embedded into him, he says, well, I'm going to go off to find Ignea now, are you going to come with me? And Suzaku's like, okay, it looks like I underestimated you. You're not the weakling I thought you were, I'll join you. So Natsu's saying, oh, you don't need to if you don't want to. Suzaku's saying, oh, don't be like that, I'm going to join you no matter what. You've given us such an inspirational quote to me, I can't just forget it. And Natsu's saying, you really don't need to come, and Suzaku's saying, I'm going. So a little bit of a bonding moment between Natsu and Suzaku where they settle aside their differences and join together for this very hard mission, you could say. So Suzaku is saying, okay, let's go and defeat Ignea. And Natsu, well, now they're saying, okay, let's go ahead and slay 2 dragon gods now. And Suzaku is saying, let's, but it's going to be quite a difficult mission indeed. Now it's a little bit of a, you could say a little bit of a partnership between Natsu and Suzaku. Now they've found common grounds and a common enemy now to defeat, and with each other at their backs, they should hopefully be able to muster up enough power to hopefully challenge a god dragon, maybe even 2. So now it goes off to another battle. Somewhere deep within the labyrinth, it shows Lucy and Kyria. They are still feeling the heat from Ignea's attack, and their clothes are starting to melt. And then as their clothes are melting, Kyria's like, this is fine, this is normal to me, I'm barely wearing anything. And well, she's just giving off a little bit of a grin. So then in the next panel, it actually shows that Kyria is saying, oh, well, let's just fight now. Even though it's this bloody heat all over the place, let's just fight. And she just reveals to Lucy that she is part of the Diablos Guild. And Lucy's saying, okay, well, now let's fight. And Kyria launches a little bit of an interesting attack to the floor. She looks like she's actually going to go a little bit serious against Lucy. And Lucy, well, she dodges it, and she actually does show that she can really dodge a lot of attacks. Not in the most flamboyant way, but it is still a good way to dodge attacks. So then Lucy's saying, it looks like I dodged all your attacks. Kyria's saying, oh, are you sure about that? And just in that one moment, let's just say she took all of Lucy's clothes away, so now Lucy's, again, of course, do I need to say it? And let's just say she's a little bit embarrassed. Kyria's saying, oh, well, would you look at that? How did your clothes come off? But before she could really enjoy the moment, Lucy transformed in one of her sword forms. So it looks like she is actually using one of her celestial spirits. And she's also launched a little bit of a sword attack. So she's actually using twin swords, which is quite interesting. So then she launches an attack against Kyria. Even though Kyria is dodging it with ease and being able to deflect it, Kyria's like, is this your attack? And Lucy's like, check again. And lo and behold, well, The same thing that happened to Lucy happened to Kyria. So she just did a little bit of a revenge right there where she just broke off all of her clothes. And Lucy's like, oh, well, you look at that. I just gave you a little bit of my payback, didn't I? And Kyria's like, you'll pay for this. One interesting way to end off the chapter, and so much mystery behind Ignea's true purpose or why he's actually come to the labyrinth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, take care, and peace.